Starting. 4 minutes late, 5 minutes late. It says we're live. All right. So who's in here? Good to see you guys. Good afternoon. I am here. 4 minutes late, but thank you for showing up. Bear with me. We're just going to hang out and rock out to my favorite new song that I saw on The Flash, because me and my wife like to watch The Flash. And we'll wait for some more people to get in here. Why don't you say hi, Jamie? Come on over. Come on over. Say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
There she is. Thank you for helping me. Mwah.
You're welcome.
Maybe nobody could even see me. I can't tell. That's okay though. I just got back from Tianjin. The flight was late. I just got back from Xiamen. I can't even talk straight because I'm so excited. The flight was late, so here I am, 5 minutes late for an airplane flight that was a lot more late. Well, it says we're showing, so I'm gonna assume that we're live. I'm here. Okay, but who else is there? We'll still hang out for a moment and let some more of you guys get in. Thanks for showing up. Everyday Chinese. Speak Everyday Chinese. We're here. elementarychinese.com. Hi, my name's Kuijo. I've lived in China for 10 years. I speak good Chinese. I want to know where you guys are at. So as you come on in, go to my Facebook fan page, please. I'm going there now, and I'll show you what to do. Head over. It's facebook.com/Kuijo. That's Q-U-A-Y-J-O. Once you're there, I'm going to ask you to go to a picture, and on that picture, you can start leaving comments, and that's how we'll know who is with us so far. So we got a photo. I'm going to upload it. I just came back from Xiamen. If you're from Xiamen, hi. Thanks for being with me. Which one should I do? Can you repeat that song? That would be great. Where's the good one of Xiamen? It's the airplane. Okay, we'll do this one. If you just showed up, welcome. This is Kuijo, obviously. You're at the live training. We'll get started as soon as we know how many people are here. If you just discovered, then good to meet you. Go to your email. All right, here is the picture. Let's put it up. And if you're just tuning in and you've never heard of me before, I'm Kuijo. I live in Tianjin, China. I love speaking Chinese. I'm making a post right now on my page that says, hello, people. Here's a picture. There we go. So I'm in a blue shirt, khaki pants. I have my brown man bag that I love. It says, say hi if you can see the live broadcast. Why don't you guys look at my screen for a second and you'll see exactly what I'm looking at. There we go. Share this. All right, you should see that picture. Head over to that picture on my Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Quajo. And I just go like this, facebook.com/Quajo. Say hi on that picture. I'll know you're here and we'll get started in a moment. All right, head over there. Facebook.com/Quajo. You can go to my homepage, and right there should be a picture. Jamie's over there too, so she'll be able to see and tell me who's in there and saying hi. Scroll down past the sponsored post, right down there to, oh, there's V. Yes, I was in the bathroom, but the mirror was big enough for a selfie. Oh, that's fun. Nice song, Jamie. We will start soon. I want to know where you guys are from. So if you just got here, we are waiting for more people to get in on the live stream, and then we will start. Huh, I guess I probably should have. Hi again. Thanks for holding on. Can you go back to the YouTube page? I can see. It says 4 people watching now. Cool. All right. You guys are in. I wish I could know where you're from. Head over to facebook.com/QUAJO. Look for the picture of me and say where you're from. Sorry, we're having a bit of a problem with the broadcast. As soon as that works, we will get started. I'm Quajo. Been here for 10 years. Just got back from Xiamen. The flight was late, so we are a bit late getting started. Please forgive me. Thank you for it. Oh, I like that song so much. Play that one. That's a good song. I discovered this song on a mountain biking video on Instagram. I used to mountain bike. For those of you that are here in China, when I was in college, I had long dreads. I'll send a picture. I'll post a picture on my website later, on my Facebook page later. But I saw this song on a mountain biking video, downhill mountain biking. I did something called free riding, which is just jumping down stairs, doing wall rides, wheelies. That was me before I hurt my knee. So I can't ride bikes anymore. It's still so slow, yeah? 5 of you are here. Well, hi. Guess we should get started, huh? Yeah, all right. Well, you guys are here on time. Thanks for waiting. Let me turn on that music a bit. So, welcome, Speak Everyday Chinese. And you are here because you saw the website and you decided to trust me to teach you a bit about learning everyday Chinese. I've been here for 10 years. Chinese people see me and they usually say, if I was on a phone, because obviously I'm not Chinese, I'm Black, that they would think I was a Chinese person. So I just want to share with you from my heart the things that I use every day to up my Chinese, and you guys can do the same thing. I hope you have a pen and a pencil ready. Take some notes. Actually, you can take screenshots. That's probably going to be better for you. I don't mind, but the phrases that I show you remember those and use them day after day. And you'll learn. It's really that simple. Obviously, it's not that simple, but it's a lot better than what our textbooks prepare us for. All right. Just wait a moment, get this up for you. Desktop. There it is. Hopefully you can see my desktop now. Boom. Speak everyday Chinese. So just a quick reminder, if you have your cell phones on, maybe turn them off, put it on silent so you don't miss anything I say. Excuse me. If you have a pen and a pad, get that out. Or you could use your cell phone to take notes. And here we go. So why you're here to learn Chinese. Hold on one second. Yep, you're here to learn Chinese. And like I said, thanks for trusting me. Who am I? I'm Kwejo, and I'm your friend. So who am I? This black guy to teach you Chinese. First, here's a little bit about me. I'm Kwejo. I was born in Tacoma, Washington, for those of you that are from the Northwest. Then I moved to Seattle. I'm African American, quite literally. My dad was born in Ghana and immigrated to the Northwest, where he met my mom, who was born in Missouri, and they had me and my younger sister. I went to college at the University of Washington. If anyone likes swimming, great. I love swimming. I like mountain biking. I like weightlifting and long walks on the sand in the sunset with my wife. My motivation, my desire, why I'm even here right now is because of her. So there's a bit of a story, and it goes like this. We came to China in 2009, and you know what? We started off this journey together here all the time, and it was the best thing I could have had. We dated long distance for 2.5 years. Don't recommend that. She was in Mexico, and I was in Seattle. And after that 2.5 years of dating, we finally got married, and it was like, I've been away from you all of our relationships, so we just clung together. We taught at the same school, a high school in Xiamen called Liuzhong. If you're in Xiamen, then you've probably been there. It's over by Dongdu. And we were together all day. Went to school in the morning, taught together, came home, went to one of those house shots. If you're in Xiamen, you know what I'm talking about, and worked out together. Then hung out together, and in the evening, we would run out, watch movies, hang out with friends. Life was together. And that's how it was supposed to be. For some of you that are married, maybe you won't like that, but I love it. I love her. So then we got jobs in Tianjin, and we moved up to Tianjin, and we were still working together. By day, I'm an ESL teacher. I do language support at an international school. The language instruction is in English for those of you guys who don't know. So they need people like me to help out, say, the Koreans or the French or Chinese students with foreign passports. We help their English out. And Jamie, my wife, did the same thing, and we still saw each other together every day, all day long. And that's how we intended it to be. So here's my motivation. Last year, on May 18th, my baby girl was born, our daughter. And her name's Elena Faith. It's kind of weird. She's more Chinese than we are right now. It's so funny, on the airplane. No, let's go back to last week. I come home to our ai, and I'm like, the funniest thing is happening. I saw kids outside making the same noises that Elena Faith makes. She does this cute thing like, aha. And then later on, it occurred to me that, oh, of course there's Chinese kids making the same noise as Elena Faith, because Elena Faith practically is Chinese. She hasn't even been to the US yet, and I speak Chinese to her. Jamie speaks Spanish to her. and our Aya, of course, speaks Chinese to her. So this is my motivation. I love to be with Jamie, but what happened was I already had my wife at work, and then our daughter was born, and I lost the woman I love, and now I'm at work alone. I know, poor me, right? But I was at work alone, and my daughter's at home, my wife is at home, and I'm gone for 45 hours a week. And for me, I decided it's about time that I use my passion, which is Chinese. I love teaching, but I love speaking foreign language. The more fulfilled I am, I guess the more language I speak, the more fulfilled I am. And so I decided to try to use that passion to help other people learn Chinese. My goal is to teach 100,000 of you how to speak everyday Chinese, how to use your day-to-day vocabulary to get what you need, because it's a struggle. And I understand that. You go to the restaurant, everything's in Chinese. You ask for a picture menu, they don't have one. So now you have to point and you hope that you remember the vocabulary that you learned, like for jiaozi or fried rice. So I want to help you guys because the textbooks that we all had to slave through didn't do a good job of that, and they still don't. So my daughter on the screen, she's my motivation. My goal is to teach a lot of people, to help a lot of you, and be at home. Do this from home. Be with my daughter. I think the best situation for her is for my wife and I to be together raising her all day. And so I want to put those things together, my passion with my dream, help you and be with her. And that's why if you don't know me at all, then that's one of the things that you can count on is that I'm putting food on my daughter's table and mine and my wife's. And so I'm definitely dedicated to putting my heart and soul into teaching Chinese. And I want you to learn from it. It's my sincere hope that you can learn. So I'm sure that you guys have a lot of trust. If you never met me, you're here. Thank you. If you know me, you already know that I speak really good Chinese and I'm legit. But if you just saw some black guy on YouTube in an advertisement, or you saw my post on a Facebook and you've never seen any of my videos, then you don't know that I speak Chinese. So thank you more than anyone else because you decided to trust me. So that's what this screen is about. Yeah, I can speak Chinese. I've been in China for 10 years. I first showed up in 2002 and studied in a 20-hour-a-week program, reading, writing, speaking, in Beijing at a university called Central University for Nationalities. That's Zhongyang Minzu Daxue. So I was there for 2 years. I also, prior to that, studied at the University of Washington in Seattle. Go Huskies, down with the Ducks. Sorry if you graduated from University of Oregon. Not really. Studied there Mandarin for 1 year. Took the ACTFL, which is a US government certified Mandarin certification test, got an advanced high, which means I'm pretty fluent. Got an HSK 6 by 1 point. I missed it. So I only have an HSK 5, and that was in 2013. So I'm a lot better than that now. Also, I'm certified to teach Chinese by the state of Florida. So I actually had to go and write an essay, about a page in Chinese characters and answer a bunch of questions and show all my studies to prove that I can speak Chinese. Funny story, the first time I moved back to China in 2009 with my wife in Xiamen, I call the telecom to set up the internet, and the guy shows up at my door, and as soon as he opens the door, he sees me and goes, "Oh, 你说好why?" And then it turns out that there's different contracts for Chinese people and for us American, or for 外国人, foreigners. So he had to go back to the company and get a new contract, come back to me, and that's how I know they're different, before he'd give me my internet. I sound like I'm Chinese on the phone. I was just in Xiamen giving a speech at a business conference yesterday. Today I flew back to Tianjin, which if you're just tuning in, that's why we're a bit late. It's because my plane was late, and so I ran home and scrambled, and we fed our daughter, and I changed shirts. I didn't take a shower, but you can't smell me, so it doesn't matter. So I'm talking to this Chinese lady, and she's giving me mango. I love mango, fresh mango from Shaman. You guys are so lucky. We don't have that really in Tianjin. But she's looking at me and she's just laughing kind of uncontrollably because there's another lady with a mango cart across the street, and I'm telling this lady like business strategy, like she needs to put up a sign and do a little better advertisement because this old grandma who was just a little older, but I said um, this nine across the street is her Jingzheng, her competition, and she better get on point. And so we're just having fun. Chinese people, they love me. I like to joke. I will not say I'm fluent. I'm really good. Fluent, the better you get, the more you realize you got a long way to go. So I don't use Chinese. I can speak. I really excel at the everyday, day-to-day Chinese. I don't struggle anymore. So if how it starts is you start to learn language and you can handle the basic tasks, right? Once you get a little better, you can talk about things you can't see and express your ideas. Where are some of you guys at? Are you to the point where if something goes wrong, like a water pipe in your apartment breaks, or God forbid, there's some sort of accident, and all of a sudden you're nervous, you're urgent, you need to solve something really quick. Maybe you lost your cell phone in the taxi cab. I told you in one of my taxi videos, always get the receipt. Does your Chinese break down? Mine doesn't. So that's about how good I am. So here's how this story started. How did I start learning Chinese? It all started with a girl before I was married. How many people are watching? 6. Hey, hi. So it all started with a girl in Paris. I used to work in Paris, part of a work abroad program back in 2001, and I was at an internet cafe. I was tech support in a Parisian internet cafe. So Parisians were yelling at me because their computers weren't working. And I went on a date. Only had one date with this French girl. And what happened was she was talking about this African doctor. He was with an organization called Doctors Without Borders. That's Médecins Sans Frontières. And she thought he was cool because he had a Chinese wife. He could speak fluent Chinese. And somehow that stuck with me. So I only got that one date. I guess I can thank that she didn't date me again because now I have my beautiful wife. But I only had that one date, but somehow, as a young 19-year-old in Paris, I was like, well, I'm black. I'm not African, but I could learn Chinese. So I bought a book and I started learning Chinese while I was working at the French internet cafe. Then I came back to University of Washington and enrolled in a study abroad program. Sorry, no, I enrolled in Chinese classes, and 3 weeks in, I enrolled in a study abroad program, and that took me to Beijing in 2002, where I started learning Chinese. So yeah, that's how it got started. University of Washington, go Huskies, down with the Cougars. So I actually was great in class. I'm a good student. I get bored when I sit in the classroom. But I graduated my linguistics degree with a 3.5, and in my Chinese classes I had 3.7s and 3.8s. But like some of you guys, I got to China and I did not know how to speak at all. Actually, it was pretty bad. I flew into Beijing and I didn't even know that there were simplified characters in the mainland. I had no idea because my program in college was traditional Chinese characters. So I didn't even understand why I couldn't read the characters when I got off the airplane. And it was kind of embarrassing. Somebody had to explain to me that, oh, there's China and there's Taiwan and there's Hong Kong and they're kind of China, but kind of not, because you need, at any rate. So I was good in class. When I enrolled at the Central University for Nationalities in Beijing, um, you know what I noticed? There were Korean students and some students from other countries who were getting their HSK certification in 1 year. And this was the old HSK. It had 11 levels. I believe 9 to 11 was the advanced, and 1 to 8 was the beginning and intermediate. They were getting a level 5 or 4, which is what you had to have back then to get into university, in a year. Okay, they were hardcore hustling and studying long hours each day, but they couldn't communicate that well outside of class, and they didn't sound that good. And so I got to Beijing, and I was like, I don't want to study a ton. I love Chinese. I'm good at it. I'm doing good in the speaking class and the writing class and the Zhonghe class, which is like a mixed class with grammar and speaking. But still, the first time I went to the supermarket, I couldn't really get what I want. So I already started to get frustrated in the beginning. There's this disconnect between what I was learning in class and what I could do outside the classroom. And keep in mind, I had been in Paris already working, and I had friends that spoke French, and we only spoke French to each other back then. So it was still fresh in my mind that um, most of the learning happened on the ground and not in the classroom. So what happened to me was I kind of started skipping class and looking for other ways to learn. So I did language exchange, right? I listened to the dialogues and I repeated after the dialogues so long, just in my bedroom, me and my tape, because there weren't really CDs back then. We were using dial-up to get on the internet, okay? This is 2002. What else did I do? I paid tutors. I joined a mountain biking group. I told you guys that I used to do free riding, mountain biking. So there was a group in Beijing, and they were mountain bikers. They were fun. They were crazy. So I joined up with them, and we were bombing downstairs and doing wheelies and having fun. So I looked for other ways to learn to help me out outside the classroom. And it came to a point actually when I had about 2 hours of tutoring or language exchange outside of the 4 hours a day, 5 days a week of language classes. So let's go back a slide here. What really put it together for me was I was out shopping, and one day there was this guy. He looked like a country bumpkin, but he said he was a retired Tsinghua professor, and I was kind of naive. I believed him, and it worked out. Our first session, he took me to the bookstore, and he asked me, what things do I like? He asked about my interests. So I told him I was interested in mountain biking, and he took me to the library and got a book. And then he sat me down and he started telling me to tell him how to mountain bike. And of course I couldn't, right? You know, I'm good at Chinese, but I have the book Chinese. So I sounded a little funny. And all the language that I needed to use, I didn't have it. So I tried to tell him, and what he did was he coached me over the following 2 months how to talk about mountain bikes. And because I was interested in mountain bikes, pretty quickly I was able to tell him, this is how you do a bunny hop. This is how you jump over a log. You know, you gotta put your weight back over the back wheel and crank a little bit on the crank, pull up your front handlebars, and then jump and shift your weight forward and sail over the log or jump downstairs. And so I realized that that was what I needed. And at that point, it was kind of game over for the classroom setting. I did the bare minimum to pass the class because I was studying abroad in Beijing, right? But I was still getting credit at the University of Washington. And that's when I realized the best learning happens outside the class. Sure, you need to study characters, you need to learn your grammar, but if you can tie your interest into it outside the class, then you can do well. How's it going? How about we find the MacBook Air and you can hop back on? Because I need eyes. I can't really see except for what you guys can see on my screen. Actually, now I'm paranoid that the screen disappeared. Oh, still there. Very cool. Bear with me. I'm gonna hop over here and see live events, YouTube, Hangout on Air. Oh, you guys are still here. Hi. Let me go to my email. All right. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on? How to acquire? There we go. Best ways to learn Chinese. That's what I promised you. So, number one, silence. Hearing myself Echoing, it's not cool. Best ways to learn Chinese. If you're here and you want everyday Chinese, then here's what you got to do. Use a pen and a pad, first of all. It's the old school way. And what I want you to do is divide your notebook into sections. So separate your life. Have a section for the taxi. Have a section for public transportation, if you will. Have a section for food, restaurant language. Have a section titled markets or convenience stores. Okay, have a section called greeting. And then what you're going to do is I'm about to teach you, but as you learn new phrases, you want to organize them in those sections. And then it helps you break it down. So if you're going to take a cab, then all you have to do is look at your taxi section and see, okay, I just need to say this one sentence. And I completely forgot. Thank you guys for watching. Stick around until the end because we'll have live Q&A, ask me anything. And also I will be giving away a prize. That prize is who can take the best notes. I'll show you where to upload your notes and we'll look at them, and whoever took the most diligent, detailed notes will get my ebook. Not the free one on my website called 8 Effective Ways Chinese, but my new ebook. You're the first to hear about it. It's called Tutor Me Chinese, or it's called Teach Me Chinese, the manual that your tutor needs. If you already read my free ebook, if you haven't, go download it from elementarychinese.com. But if you already read it, then you know that I talk about paying a tutor because your time is valuable, especially if you're a professional. And doing language exchange, while that is good for other things, you want to learn a lot more quickly with a tutor. Not every tutor has the same skills. Some of them have their own agenda, or some of them have a way they think you should learn. And they might not have been trained as a teacher, but you're an adult and you know how you want to learn. So you take this ebook, I'm going to give it away as a prize to the person who has the best notes, and it's in English and Chinese. The section in English gives you tips how to best learn Chinese. The section in Chinese is like tutor training from me because I'm an ESL teacher. So it talks to them about going with what you as the adult want to do. It prepares your tutor to come to your sessions prepared already with pictures based on your interests and a plan B and a lot more advice so that when you're at your tutoring sessions with your tutor, they're doing the right things, like prompting you to get a book that you're interested in. Look, if you can't really speak Chinese, then they'll help you get a simple one, and they'll begin to record phrases that you need. They'll help you, they'll take you out, they'll role play with you in various areas. So at any rate, when I started doing elementarychinese.com, I sent out surveys to about exactly 44 people responded. Thank you if you filled out one of those surveys, but I listened to what you guys said as I was making this manual for tutors. So that's your prize. Take notes, really. I forgot completely where I was. You remember where I was? Nope, that's okay. So take your notebook. I do remember. Take your notebook and use that. Another app you can use is Evernote because that lets you tag pictures. So you're going about your day-to-day routine. You see something that you want to learn the picture of, take a picture of it and tag it fruit or tag it vegetables or tag it whatever you want to tag it, because you can look at those tags later on with Evernote with your Chinese tutor and you can learn those vocabulary words, because honestly we forget, our memories aren't as good as they used to be. So Evernote's a good way. Snapsay, if you go to snapsay.net, like snap your finger, snap a picture and say the word. Snapsay is an app I created about 5 years ago. What it does is you open it up on your iPhone. Sorry, Android users, I don't have one for you. You open it up on your iPhone, you take a picture of something on the street, for example, of a pineapple, and you find a Chinese person, you press a button, and it asks them in Chinese to say what that is. So it gives a countdown on the screen, and then bing, they have to say the word pineapple in Chinese, right? Bolo or fengli if you're in Xiamen, because for some reason a bolo and a fengli aren't the same, even though I think they taste the same. And what it happens is you are building a picture dictionary of the things you need. So that's Snapsay, it's free, get it in the iOS Apple App Store. And the other way, which I'm about to give you details on, is to ask questions every day to learn Mandarin. Those are the best tips I have. So take out your pen and your pad. Actually, please hold. Can you log in?
Your password again.
It's not here.
No, it's on your.
It's, yeah, sorry. Can't help you.
My computer died, but I'm not here.
Well then, please hold while I help my wife. Thanks for understanding. We're having technical difficulties. A computer crashed, right? They don't ever crash. We're on Macs. What's going on?
I've never seen it do that.
I've never seen it do that either. You are screen sharing. Stop screen sharing. Hey, so I'm going to help my wife out. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'm just going to talk off script as if I could even remember what I wanted to say since my plane was late coming back from Xiamen. And I appreciate you being here. If you didn't get your pen and pad, get that out. Remember, you can take a screenshot of this next screen I'm about to show you. Those words and the phrases I'm about to teach you will help you out a lot. That, Jamie, is the password to get. Can you guys see my screen? Nope, you can't. Yes. All right. So then go to my Facebook page. And thank you guys for waiting. Hopefully you have a pen and a pad. You can, if you're on a Mac, what you do is you hold down Shift, the Control button, the Command key, which is the flower one, and number 4 to take screenshots. Look, this information, take a screenshot of the screen. I don't care. I want you to have those sentences so you can learn everyday Chinese. And then use them is the next step. Back to the screen. First thing, can you go to the YouTube and watch that too? First thing you need to do is, if you want to learn how to speak everyday Chinese, this is a language script. So I'm going to teach you a simple phrase. One of the things many people have a problem with in the beginning is they can't hear enough language. And we need to hear more language so we can start to learn words. So what you have to do is start asking why. 为什么? Or quicker, 为什么? But you have to ask why. And why? You're not going to like that one, because as soon as you ask why, the Chinese person is going to give you a response, and you probably won't understand a lot of it. But you just have to ask why. So I was speaking in a business class or a business presentation at a business conference, presenting about how to grow an online business and talking about elementarychinese.com. And there's this lady named Roz. Roz, if you're there in Xiamen, hello again. And she was asking me about learning Chinese, and I was explaining to her that I think the example was someone was mopping the floor and they would say something, 小心, 小心, which means be careful, when Roz was walking down the hallway. And so I said to her, what in those kind of circumstances, when you hear something that you don't understand, or you kind of understand it, you just need to ask why and prompt the Chinese person to talk to you a lot so you can work on your hearing. But of course, they're going to respond with more language that you don't understand, but just be brave and nod your head and ask them the next question, which is 什么叫 da 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 da. So you've asked 为什么, just like a kid, right? They're like, Dad, what's that? Well, I'm assuming my kid will ask me. I'm like, that's the sky. And she's like, why? What? I'm like, the sky's blue. Why? I'm like, because I don't even know why the sky's blue. The sun comes in and the light hits the ocean and the ocean's blue, so that's why the sky's blue. Why? Come on, you guys know how kids are. You ask why and then listen for what a Chinese person says. Okay? 什么叫 is the way you ask, what did you just say? What is that? In the blank, you're going to put the word that you think you heard. So if you point at something and you ask what it is, I'm about to teach you that, and they say this is an apple, just say why. It's silly. Just do it. And a Chinese person will talk. And maybe they say because it's a fruit, but you don't understand 水果. So all of a sudden, before you can forget, just say 什么叫水果? What is the fruit? And then the Chinese person will tell you and explain to you what a 水果 is. And it just goes on and on. And what happens is it gives you more exposure to language. Now, if you're already studying on the side with a tutor or in class, as you get more of the day-to-day language within your day-to-day routine, you will begin to learn more Chinese. It's really that simple. Every day we're creatures of habit. We go to like the same stores, we buy about the same thing. If you don't have a bus that takes you to school, then you're taking a cab or hopping on the school bus. We do the same thing. So keep going to the same places, but start asking questions. 为什么 is why. And 什么叫 is the way you can pull out a word that you didn't understand from speech that a Chinese person is giving you, because they're really friendly. They like to explain things to you, and they will explain that to you. Next step, if you have your pen and your pad with you out there in real life, outdoors, in the wild, and you have your phone with you, then you need to ask the Chinese person to write down these words. Okay, so you ask them why. You ask them why, which is 为什么, and then you ask them 什么叫, and you pulled a word from what they were saying and you ask them what that was. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is, oh, sorry, let me back that up. I taught you one way, 为什么 and 什么叫, to get new words that are spoken. Now you need to get words that are written down, or this is how you ask for things that you can see. So I can see and touch fruit, or I can see and touch eggs. Okay, I'm going to point at it. 这是什么? 这 means this, 是 is, and 什么 is what. 这是什么? And the Chinese person will respond and tell me the name for that. So what I got to do is smile and ask them to help me write it down. 帮我写下来. 帮我 is help me. 写下来 is write it down. Now, I love Chinese because it's highly contextual. So you can say, help me write it down. And if you show them your phone, then they will understand and open up your Chinese keyboard in your notes on your phone. Look at this. I'll even show you. I practice what I preach. These are my Chinese notes. Hopefully you can see them. So I do this all the time. I have notes on my phone, right? These are the things. Is that close enough? There you go. So these are the things that I do. So at any rate, 帮我写下来, you ask a Chinese person to write it down, and they'll either write it on a pen and pad, a piece of paper that you have, or open up your phone with a Chinese keyboard and they'll type it in. 帮我写下来. First you ask, what is this? Then you ask them to write it down, and you're off to the races because you already have a tutor, right? So you can take it back to your tutor and your tutor can help you. If you cannot read, why is it not going? Can you refresh that? If you can't read Chinese, then make sure to ask them to write pinyin. Pinyin, the Romanized out, or the Roman letters that, I need water. Excuse me while I drink some water. Pinyin would be the letters that are the Chinese sounds. So ask them to write pinyin. 写pinyin. 写pinyin. So you say, what is this? You ask them to write it down for you. 帮我写下来. That's the one in the middle. And the sentence on the bottom is 写拼音. That way at least you can say it. And then if you want them to repeat it, point and say 这是什么? Hold on a second. I want to make sure this live stream is still live. Screen sharing. Did you refresh it?
Yeah, I can't hear it.
Yeah, we're there. All right, still live. You guys can see it. Thanks for sticking with me. on a moment. I suspect. Let me try something. Thanks for waiting. Let's see. There we go. That's me. Let's go over. Did you guys make it to my Facebook page? Facebook.com/Quayjo, Quayjo. I put a picture of me. I'm standing in front of a mirror with a blue shirt, and I can hear myself again. You can leave comments on that picture. I will see what you're saying. It looks like this. There we go. Picture looks like this. Leave comments on there because in a while we're going to have live Q&A. So I want to know where you're from. Facebook.com/Quayjo. There's the address for you. So let's review quickly. 为什么? If you ask Chinese people how to say something, or you hear a Chinese person talking to you, then you can respond 为什么, which is asking why, and you will get a lot of response from them, hopefully if they're nice and you're smiling. And then you say 什么叫, and in the blank, you put a word that you didn't yet understand. Maybe you didn't understand a lot what they're saying, but you still put that word in the blank, and then they will tell you 什么叫 is what is blah, 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 whatever you just said. And they'll tell you what they just said. And you just use those two sentences day after day to hear more Chinese and to learn more Chinese. If you see something, point to it and say 这是什么? What is this? And follow that up with 帮我写下来. And then you can say 写 pinyin. That will ask them, you're asking them to write pinyin. So I hope this has helped you. SpeakEverydayChineseFood.com. That is my course. If you want more of these kind of tips about asking the day-to-day Chinese questions, especially if you're a student, like when I studied, I did well. I looked at the books and realized they weren't helping me, so I did a lot better with a tutor. So what I decided to do is put together a course. It's going to be a live training, actually, for the next 5 weeks, starting in 2 weeks on May 27th at SpeakEverydayChineseFood.com. You'll learn a bit about speaking and getting what you need in restaurants. Like the first week will be at a restaurant. The second week will be detail about how to control the kind of food you're getting, right? Because what's worse than ordering food and it's too spicy, but we didn't even understand what spicy is. So I'll teach you how to manage your food orders. And then we're going to go to the market because you get your fruit, your vegetables from there. And finally, we'll end up at the cafe. And peppered throughout each week, I'll show you the stuff I do every day naturally that gets Chinese people to help me learn new language. Because when a Chinese person says I'm fluent, which most of them do, they don't know how much I can speak. You guys have been there, right? You talk to your taxi cab driver, he asks you, where are you from? I'm from America. And then they say, how long have you been in China? Or what do you do? Are you a student? Yeah. And then they say, oh, 你的中文, very good, right? And they've heard you say 3 sentences. Or even you say 谢谢, and they get all happy and they say you speak really good Chinese. Well, the people that see me usually say I speak good Chinese, but it's because I excel at the day-to-day exchanges. So I'll show you how to ask questions, and you'll learn about the food that you need. Other than that, it's just getting by in a taxi. But when I asked people, what do they really need? They said, eating. So that's where the most value can be at. This will be a live broadcast. We'll broadcast similar to the way we're doing it now. I'll also have a closed Facebook group, which I will send you an invitation to. And in that group, you can ask me questions and the other people there and learn from the community together. Just like this broadcast will go onto my website and it will be there for replay for a little bit of time. Every lesson or every live broadcast that we have at speakeverydaychinesefood.com will be recorded and there for you to look at. It's lifetime membership. You can see it forever. And I'll put an audio version so you can download it, and in your free time, if you're walking around, listen to it and practice. Really, there's no secret to learning Chinese. I speak well because I've been here a really long time. But if you've been here a long time and you don't speak good, give yourself some encouragement. You probably speak decent, just not as good as you wanted to speak, and you just need more practice. So speakeverydaychinesefood.com, you can go there, sign up now. It's $80. No, it's not. It's $79. And we'll learn Chinese together. Here's a bit of what we're going to do. Week 1, I'll teach you some questions. We'll head through the restaurants. And this is your basic blueprint for getting through a restaurant. What are people going to say when you show up, right? That literally, it's step by step. You can't even see me because I'm not. No, yeah, it is. You can see me because I am sharing my screen. So all the things in order and how they happen in the restaurant, I'll teach you that. So after the first week, you'll have a blueprint for how to get from the beginning of your meal to the end. Step 2, we're going to give you more control over your food, how to order what you want and what you don't want, talking about the names of the kind of meats. There's bones in a lot of Chinese dishes. I usually ask if it has bones and I say I don't want it. Temperature of the food, you know, like do I want a cold dish or do I want a hot dish? How to modify your dishes if you don't want MSG or if you don't want a sweet dish. And I'll tell you a bunch of the favorite dishes I love at Sichuan cuisine. Drinks. How do you know what drinks are before you see them? So I'll give you a simple language script which gets the server to bring the drink and then help you write down the name of the drink so you can learn. And we'll always do Q&A at the end of every session. They'll be an hour long each session. I'll teach for about 30 to 40 minutes and then we'll do Q&A and coaching. Fruits and veggies at the market would be session 3. That's an hour. We'll learn what a jin is because all the vegetables are weighed by the jin and all the fruit are too, right? We'll teach you a little bit about bargaining, how to ask how much something is, how to save money by shopping for fruit that's in season and asking when fruit is going to be there because it's, my wife is really good at that. How to go for the discount, how to price compare, because we all know that we get the foreigner markup here in China. So I'll show you what we do to make sure that we're getting the best prices, and we'll go into all the fruits and questions. Throughout the course, I'll be teaching you questions so you can get better at asking Chinese people to help you learn. And we'll go vegetables, and then we'll do coaching and Q&A at the end. Week 4, meat, poultry, and all the rest of the market goodies. And that will end in Q&A and coaching. Okay? We all go to cafes, but can you really order? I'm from Seattle. I like to modify my drinks. More ice, 2 pumps of this. I want this temperature or decaf. You know, my wife was pregnant. She couldn't have caffeine. How do you say all those things? The desserts, strawberry flavored, blueberry flavored. How do you ask for those rich chocolate muffins at Starbucks without just pointing? We'll get into that. And remember, the lessons will be live, but then they'll go up on the website so you can go back and listen to them. So you won't just hear it once. You can hear it as much as you want. And as always, I have Q&A coaching at the end where you ask me questions and I'll answer. I'll deliver for you. Bonus questions at the end to help you get more listening practice, to help you clarify, for example, and to ask for characters. For example, when you start studying Chinese and you don't know how to say a character, um, how do you even ask what that character is? And how do you ask what other characters up there on a menu are that you can't quite point at? Well, I'll teach you how to do that. So, founding students, if you go and you decide to trust me now and study with me, and you head over to speakeverydaychinesefood.com, the course is $79 for 5 weeks of live bootcamp Chinese training for the everyday language and a closed Facebook group. The first 20 of you that go there and sign up will be founding students. And what that means is I will let you, one, into a priority WeChat group. I have another WeChat group, but yours will be priority. And I'll prompt you, we'll hang out. But what I want you to do in that WeChat group is to WeChat me and ask me questions. I'll post picture prompts of the day-to-day situations. And really, you can smash that audio button and ask questions, and I'll answer them for you. We'll learn a bit of the language together, and we'll grow together. That, for a founding student, will be forever, as long as WeChat's here, and I'm in China, and I plan to raise my daughter here. So in addition to that, I will have office hours. 2 office hours a week. We'll schedule 15 to 20-minute sessions, and it is be one-on-one coaching. So the questions that you have about the lesson that I taught, or any other questions about living here in China and Chinese, you can ask me. And also, as a founding student, you get the ability to shape the course. Because it's live and I'm teaching you according to the plan, but maybe you need something different. Well, you're a founding student. We can talk about that one-on-one, and I will meet your needs. I'm here to serve you. Like I said in the beginning, my goal is to teach 100,000 expats here in China how to get better and get more fulfilled from the day-to-day existence using everyday Chinese to communicate what you need. So I'm here to serve as a founding student. I'll be there for you. On top of the exclusive Facebook group, we'll talk in WeChat, and you have one-on-one coaching sessions throughout the week. What's a founding student? It's the first 20 people that sign up for speakeverydaychinesefood.com. When you go there right now, you will see a screen, and it will ask you for your name and your email address. That's it. I'm not even putting up payment until tomorrow, so there's no way for you to swipe a credit card now or put in your information. It's just putting in your name. I can see the first 20, and you guys will be founding students. Prize. And thank you. Back in the beginning, you guys are still here now, but back in the beginning, I said, thank you for trusting me. If you didn't know who I was, then you just saw me somewhere on social media and wanted to learn Chinese, and you trusted me, and I told you I'm good at speaking Chinese. Well, thanks for sticking around. Go to Facebook now. Q&A coming up. Go to facebook.com/Kuizhou. You can see my screen, so it's right here. Facebook.com/Kuizhou. Can we see my screen? I can't see it because you're not on YouTube. And great. So go to facebook.com/Kuizhou. Go to posts, and you should see a picture that looks like this. Keep scrolling, keep scrolling. There it is, my laptop. On that picture, take a picture of the notes you were taking. The prize, which would be my next ebook that's coming out, Teach Me Chinese, the manual that your tutor needs, that will go to the person that has the best notes. So I'll look at this, leave a comment on that picture, take a picture with your cell phone of your notes or a screenshot on your cell phone, put that picture in the comments, and I'll look, and I will see who took the best notes, and I'll send that ebook to you. And I sincerely hope that you use it with your tutor. So thanks for sticking around until now. Live Q&A is up next. Go to this picture, Q&A. Leave your comment there if you have any questions, and I'll answer it. It's going to be an Ask Me Anything Q&A. So ask me anything, and I'll tell you anything. Maybe you just want to know about learning language. Maybe you want to know what my favorite Chinese dish is. Maybe you want to know why I don't mountain bike anymore, though I said I love mountain biking. Well, I'll tell you. Hang on a second. I'm going to listen to some music and wait for somebody to ask a question.
Jenny's notes is a Snapchat app.
Smart. Jenny, see your question. You could always ask in my WeChat group. So Jenny, you asked, is the Snapchat app available in the Chinese App Store for iPhone? No, sorry. Jamie, what is this that you put in the group?
It's the link. It does work to go to the live broadcast.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I tried it. I know it looks nasty, but
that's a nasty link.
It is a nasty link, but it works. Someone can click on it and get in.
Daryl, are you here? I just saw your message. It said you didn't receive a link for the live broadcast. Did you receive one in your email, Jamie?
In my email, yeah.
For the live, can you show me? So, Ginny, while Jamie's showing me that, thanks for asking. The app Snapchat is not in the Chinese App Store for. Yes, it is. It's in the Chinese App Store for iPhone. Let's go there and see.
This one?
Yeah. Click on one of those links. Let's see.
It works.
Oh, it does work. Great. All right, let's see. Google.com/.
Well, you have to have the VPN connected.
Yeah, well, everybody here already has their VPN connected. So yeah, Jenny, it's in the Chinese App Store, but you're American. Maybe in the App Store you should find a flag somewhere near the bottom, and you can switch your iTunes. Where's the App Store at? Free apps. So you can scroll down to the bottom of your App Store and change it to the American App Store. But if you search, I'm having the biggest brain fart ever, and I can't get to the App Store. What did I do wrong? It's in there, Ginny. Bear with me while I look on it, while I look into it. Is this it? Fine, we're going to iTunes. Apparently I can't go to the App Store on Google. But yeah, if you guys have questions, you can put it. Fail. Don't download. Let's go into the store. So Ginny, you're still watching. Open up your iTunes app. Search Snapchat. Yep, inside of iTunes on the App Store page. Search for Snapchat under iPhone apps. Where is it? Where is it? Jamie, can you go to the YouTube? Can you go to the YouTube page for me, so I can see? There you go. Where is it? It was just there. So why is it not showing up now? I'm doing something wrong. Oh. I know what I can do. I can go snapsay.net. I know what happened. I told you guys to get it. I didn't renew my license. Okay, that's what happened. I forgot to renew my license. It is May, and I did my taxes and I did my business renewal, but I forgot to renew my App Store license. So that's why it's not in the App Store, Jenny. It's in every App Store actually. But if you give me a day, I'll go renew my developer license and then the app will be there. Wow, that's embarrassing. Any other questions? That is completely embarrassing. Oh well, this is life. It happens. Yeah, my wife is shaking my head. She's right here. We've gone to 910. Price goes out to the person with the best notes. I'm looking at my cell phone now. Snapsay looks like, oh, can't even see it. Snapsay looks like that. All right. Let's see if I can show it to you. Snap a picture. Snap a picture of my mouse. There we go. So it's, can't see it. There you hit the check mark. It asks you, what is this? It's backwards. Of course it's backwards, but it's frontwards on my phone. And it asks, what is this in Chinese? It says say what's in the picture. Bing, mouse. 鼠标, yeah, 鼠标. Mouse. 鼠标, yeah, 鼠标. And then you save it. Save it in phrases. So then what happens is here's our friend Joanna. She's one of the stock pictures in there. So you press on a picture and it pops up and it says the word that you recorded. It's a really simple app. There's no frills, but it works for mouse. There we go. 鼠标. Yeah, 鼠标. All right, let's see what questions we got here. No questions. Nobody left a question. So that means Q&A is going to be over. That's okay. Let's go here to. Oh, I'm going to finish it up then because it's late. But thank you for watching. Remember those phrases I taught you? Use those every day. If you're already in the WeChat group, I started a WeChat group a while ago. And if you're in there, continue to ask questions. Show me those screenshots. Work the bugs out, you know? It's language. You have to flow with it. If you're going to try to learn, there'll be lots of mistakes. I read a book. It's called The Slight Edge. And it talks about doing the little things every day. And as you go forward, this learning curve will start to shoot up for you exponentially. So just day after day after day, ask those questions, and you will start to learn a lot more Chinese. Hold on one moment while I look into something. Daryl, I can see you. Looks creepy. No. I saw what I meant is I saw your question, Daryl. You said you didn't get the link, but the link's there right now. All right. Let's go see. Nope, not there. You guys can sign off. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sticking with me. We'll be in touch. Again, you can go to speakeverydaychinesefood.com to register for the course. The first 20 that register, you'll be founding students. That means in addition to the closed Facebook group where you can ask questions and learn with the community, and the live 5-week, 1 hour each week broadcast, and the lifetime access to the course, and where you can replay the videos and the audio. You also, as a founding student, if you're one of the first 20 to register for the course, it's $79. You get access to me on Facebook, on WeChat, priority WeChat group. In addition to that, I'll have office hours where we can talk about the course content, where you're getting stuck, and what I can help you do to break through. And I'll have those 2 hours each week, so we'll schedule 15-minute to 20-minute sessions. That's speakeverydaychinesefood.com. One more question. I see your question. More details about the class.
How important do you think it is to learn how to write Chinese?
How important to write Chinese characters? Depends. If you're going to get your degree in Chinese, very important. If you want to stay in China for a long time, it's also somewhat important to write Chinese characters, but honestly, less and less important because you have your phone. So the most important thing is to learn how to type pinyin into your phone and recognize Chinese characters. The writing, there'll be Chinese people that can ask you if you can write, but the thing is, less and less Chinese people can remember to write all the characters because we all type. So what's going to help you do better from the day-to-day? Recognizing Chinese characters after you type in the pinyin into your phone. That's the most important thing. Good question, Jenny. Is there another question, Jamie? So more details about the class. It will start on May 27th. That's a Sunday. And the format will be an hour-long live broadcast. I'll send out the links before every class. And then what I will do is according to the, here, I'll share out my screen and I'll show you again. May 28th is a Sunday. Sorry. I'm tired. Can we go back to that one song, Jamie? I like that song. There is my screen. And here is my desktop. There is my PowerPoint. So the class, it's 5 weeks, okay? First week, we're going over how to get by at the restaurant. And that will be all of this routine, but in Chinese. So when you first go in, one thing is you need to know how to order food, but you also need to know what to expect the waiters and the hostesses or hosts to say. So I'll teach you all of that. But I'll also make sure that most importantly, you know how to ask questions. That's why 这是什么 and blank, blank, blank 是什么. What is this? And you can ask what any word is. That's what we're going to do the first week. The second week, so the first week is bare bones, how to get through ordering food, what to expect so that you feel more comfortable. The second week is all about tweaking the dishes that you order and getting more control. So what if you have dietary restrictions? You need to know how to say, I don't want pork, or I do want this, or I don't want MSG, or I don't want whatever. That's really what I'm going to teach you to do in the second week. It's all about food at restaurants. I'll show you pictures and recommend the food that I like to eat, at Sichuan restaurants. We'll be in a Facebook group together, or if you're a founding student, then you'll have access to me on WeChat. But you can send names of or pictures of dishes, and I'll help you learn the names for those dishes. But I'll give you safe dishes that you can always bank on tasting good when you go out to eat with your friends. I'll teach you about how to get drinks, whatever kind of beverage. Because for me, that was a challenge in the beginning. I could see, let me turn it down a little bit. I can look on the menu or I could ask for drinks once I knew the word, but then I didn't know what they were saying. So to be able to ask the server to bring one over or take you to that fridge that they have and point at the drink names, I'll teach you how to do that. And then at the end of every session, there'll be a Q&A and coaching. So week 3, vegetables at the market. Again, this whole series, the course will be about food. So you're in the restaurant for the first 2 weeks. The 3rd week, we're taking you to the market. So you learn how to bargain. You learn how to ask the price. I'll show you a bit about seasonal shopping, which helps you get fresh fruit, but also helps you understand the fruits that are in season are going to be cheaper, so you save a bit of money. It goes a little beyond language, but we find that useful because we're not buying the wrong fruit at the wrong time of year. Thank you, Jamie. That tip's mainly from you. More questions will be in the 3rd week. We'll go over vegetables, lots of the different words of all these weird vegetables. I'll have to taste some vegetables and get the names for all these greens for you. Q&A and coaching at the end of that one. Week 4, we go into the rest of the things that you can see at the market, but it's still about controlling what you get. So you want chicken, whether that be chicken nuggets. What if you can't see the chicken nuggets and you need to know how to say the word? Chicken strips, chicken breast, chicken legs, chicken wings. Beef, pork, rice advice. For example, probably get your rice in bags. Chinese people sift their hands through rice. It's kind of disgusting. If you just take rice from a bin, sometimes there can be bugs in it, and then the bugs infest your house. Not that it ever happened to us, but you got to put the rice in the freezer first to kill them, and I'll tell you all that stuff, right? But focusing on language. And then week 5, we'll go into the cafe. So how to modify your drink. I'm from Seattle, so I don't just order latte. I want soy milk sometimes, or I want a little less ice, or I'm gonna do this thing where I order an iced drink, but I get more drink out of it because I go back and I'll show you the secret later on. So, or my wife always orders extra hot. These things I'll teach you how to say in the 5th week. And again, the courses will be live, or the broadcast will be live, and we'll interact, but then it'll go up the next day, and you have access to the course forever, the rest of your life. It's on teachable.com. The website is Speak Everyday Chinese Food. First 20 will be founding students. The first 20 of you that want to register are founding students. That means in addition to the Facebook closed group where you can interact with the community and learn together, and having access to audio versions of the live training, you also get to be in an exclusive WeChat group where I'm prompting you. You can go to the market. Honestly, you'll have the most access to me. To make it very simple, if you're a founding student, I want to make the course better. I'll give you more access to me than someone else would. The reason I'm limiting it to the first 20 people to register for the course, which is $79, is because I only have so much time with my day job, and I want to make sure that if you're a founding student, you're getting quality input from me. So it's only the first 20 people of you. It's only the first 20 of you who sign up get to be founding students. That's how it is. First come, first serve. And I'm ready to serve. So yeah, once you're in my priority WeChat group, I'll prompt you to ask questions. I'll take pictures of things. Really, you should just go, and if you don't understand something, record it. Get the Chinese person to talk into there within reason in the evenings when I'm not at work. I'll help you out. That's what I'm about. We'll also have 2 hours a week where I'll hold one-on-one conference session, coaching session, if you will. You can ask me about Chinese related to the course or not, and I'll answer you. And in the event that you ask me something I don't know, I'll get the answer for you. And that's how that will work. The link is in the WeChat group. Take care. Have a good evening. You stuck around this long. Get off the broadcast. Go to sleep. Honestly, thank you. I appreciate you being here. I will look at the notes that you guys uploaded to the picture, and I will pick a winner who you can have my ebook, the next one I'm making, for free. Teach Me Chinese, the manual that your tutor needs. Back so you can see me. Yeah, thank you guys. This is Quajo signing off, elementarychinese.com. Good study. Day up.